Good afternoon. It's Wednesday, it's live day. And it's that time of day to take you out on a nice gentle hack. So we've got Annie today because she needed a little bit of mum time. I'm just going to show you down the hill because there's exciting things going on down the hill at the girls' 14 acre. I'll just zoom in for you. As you can see down there, we have a building going up. So Annie and I thought we'd take you round the village, a short route round the village, and then take you down to see some of the work going on for the girls. So whether you're joining live or you're watching this on catch up, welcome, thank you for joining. And the idea as well of this is that you can just switch off and just enjoy a nice little trip out on Annie and with me around the quiet lanes. You can take in some of those beautiful autumn colours that are appearing on the trees and the hedges now. But as always, if you've got any questions or anything in particular you'd like me to chat about, then just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll just waffle away about anything. Give it a few minutes for a few more people to find us. If anybody wants to just let me know with a comment or even a little like on the screen, just that you can hear me okay. Well, good afternoon, Bazad. I'm very well, thank you, and I hope you are too. So we're out with Annie today. Hi, Lindsay. Yes, it is definitely positive vibes today. I've had to apologise so many times for being grumpy yesterday. But you know, I'm allowed a bad day every now and again. Oh, hold on, sorry, my screen might go a bit funny for a minute. Sorry, I'm not controlling Annie, just with my seat. Sometimes we get comments that are held for review and it doesn't make sense when they are. Good afternoon, Karen. Yeah, I don't know why with some people YouTube decides to hold comments for review. I thought they only did that if they were a bit questionable, but I think simply a hello Tracy and Annie is absolutely fine. So yes, it's definitely been a less stressful day today. We did a lovely morning live, Frey and myself, that some of you were able to join. Hi Monique. Although Michael nearly made me very late for this live. He just wanted a hand with one of the beams to go in the shippen, just to get it in there with his Manitou. So Frey and Molly very kindly got Annie ready, did some of her exercises, and Molly's doing a great job keeping on top of her issues with her skin. Today, some of you might have seen that we had some deer keds, which wasn't something that I'd seen before, but Molly introduced us to them. And they're like ticks. I think they're deer ticks that can really irritate the horses. And she found one on Annie, so Annie helped her identify where it was. And I've spoken to Sam today. He's doing me a prescription for something called Deosect, which is something that we're going to be able to wash them in, and any of them that are getting bothered by these horrible little creatures, hopefully it's going to help them. What time is it there now? It's night time in Japan. Well, it's 7 minutes past 2 in the afternoon, so what time is it with you in Japan? Hi Kim. Anja is well, and you know, she's oiled up to the eyeballs at the moment, so she's got all sorts of lotions and potions on. And as I say, Molly's doing a great job of keeping on top of her skin issues. So I'll just show you down over there. We can only see one of the girls in the field. I'm not quite sure who that is from here. Might be Inna. Are you taking a look as well, Annie? Yeah. Good afternoon, Vox Does Stuff. They're Friesian horses. So we have 15 Friesian horses at our sanctuary here in the Lake District in the north of England. And we just try and share with our lovely supporters, our lovely followers online, just day-to-day life here at the sanctuary. But Wednesday tends to be our live day, so we do lives at various stages through the week, but on a Wednesday we try and take you out on a nice live hack where you can just switch off from the outside world and just enjoy the beautiful views that we have around here, and even make out that you're riding yourself and you're looking at that beautiful neck and through Annie's lovely ear. You've got your own horses as well. Excellent. I'm sure they bring you lots of pleasure. Thank you for all the little love hearts appearing on the screen. And welcome to anybody whose name I don't see on here. It's lovely to get comments, but it's absolutely fine for those who like to come along but not necessarily comment on anything. Just be one of our silent followers. A little bit windy today, so hopefully you can hear me okay. I do have the microphone on. Quite so windy back at the farm, but at least it's dry today. It was quite wet yesterday. Isn't that a lovely sound? Just a gentle clip-clop on the road. Is it warm, Lindsay? Well, I had a slightly thicker jacket on this morning and I put a slightly thinner one on to come out. Yeah, I don't know, it's probably about 12, 13 degrees. It might feel a little bit chillier just because it's got windy, but it's not bad. And I believe we are due to have dry weather for at least the next week. So we'll try and hang on to it for when you're back up. You don't want a day like it was. Well, I think we had 2 days of that torrential rain, didn't we? But on the whole, we've been very lucky this year. We did have a very good spring and summer, so we can't really complain too much when it rains. But being British, we do. I think Annie's quite happy now she's out. She made me laugh earlier because Tamara was trying to get out and she was completely blocking her way and then trying to get out the gate again. But she also did that to me yesterday. She just stood in front of the car, refused to move, but that's her way of telling me that I need to spend a bit of time with her. So that's what we're doing today, honey, isn't it? So I'm just going to take you on the short route through the village. We'll go past Cavendish Arms and Longcloom, one of Simon Rogan's restaurants. Oh look, the little Exmoors are back. Oh, I didn't see them arrive back. They come and winter in the valley. They're very cute. Have we just got the two of you right now? Yeah, it is like a monsoon when it rains, isn't it, Lindsay? Mind you, it was proper drizzle yesterday. Look at those little cute faces. Are you off? No, Annie, you're not going to go and sniff and say hello. It's not good to touch noses with other horses or ponies. Is it normal to walk like this in your country? I'm not, what, as in just walk down the lanes with a horse? Or did you mean something else? I think it's quite normal just to go out for a little gentle hack out with a horse. You know, in lots of countries they have lots of off-road tracks, and we do have some bridleways that we can go across. They're quite wet at the moment. Hello Leafa, thank you for joining. Greetings from the land of fire and ice. You'll have to tell me more. I should probably know where that is. I would imagine there's lots of countries where there's fire and ice. Makes me think of New Zealand, where it's warm but you've still got the what's the word I'm thinking of? That's really bad. The icebergs. Iceland. Well, thank you for joining us from Iceland. I would imagine your days are getting quite short now. Iceland is a country that I would love to visit one day. I believe it's very beautiful. Volcanoes and geysers. Is that Iceland? I've been to a number of countries with volcanoes, but because my little brain is so packed full of all sorts of stuff these days, I don't remember them all. But I spent a year travelling around the world many years ago. It's got to be over 20 years ago now. Kim, start saving up. Okay, is it quite a pricey place to go to? Hello Gwilym. That's Europe. Yeah. There's nowhere cheap to go really, is there? Thank you, Monique. That's very kind of you. My brain's just a little full these days. So it sort of drops bits of information so that it can fill that space up with other stuff. Leafa, days are long, sun doesn't hang around. Okay. So in Iceland, in the middle of winter, how many daylight hours do you get? Let's say on the 1st of January. How many daylight hours? Because I always think that would be the hard thing. Living in the dark the whole time. Manuela, can we canter to today? Certainly not down the list. And Annie wouldn't be the one that I'd go cantering on because it's not her favourite pace. Kimpi, it's very expensive in Iceland, more than mainland Scandinavia. Okay. Oh, we've got lots of comments coming through now. I'll try and keep up. Hi Sarah, where do you live in England or Wales? Like what place, if you don't mind me asking? Of course I don't mind you asking. We're in the northern part of England, just on the southern tip of the Lake District National Park in the county of Cumbria, and more specifically our farm is a mile outside the village of Cartmel, which I'm going to take you through in a minute, do a little bit of it. Shepherd on Poas, can you trot? Yes, we can trot. Again, I'm not going to do a lot of it. We might do a little bit later on, but again, Annie is kind of semi-retired. Oh, Leafy, you get 4 to 5 hours of daylight on the beginning of January. Okay, that's more than I thought you would get, to be honest. Sorry, Pascaline, but we're not going to gallop. If you check out our page, next time I'm doing a live with maybe Doubtson, then we'll have a gallop, but the fields are too wet at the moment, so we're not going to do that. Good afternoon, Ruthless. I've just finished this morning's live and came straight onto this. Such a treat. Oh, well, thank you for catching up with those. I think we lost the first one. Lindsay, have you seen the very bright supermoon, the harvest moon? Well, we didn't. Who told me? I think Frey told me it was the full moon, the harvest moon, but because the weather was horrible yesterday, and there was very thick cloud and drizzle, we couldn't see anything. Hello, Tim. No, it's not too cold today. You want to know, has Hidda ever been ridden, or did he pull the carriage? Well, Tim, he did both. Hidda was actually the very first Friesian that I went and did some affiliated dressage with. And if you look on YouTube, not on our channel, but if you Google Hidda dressage and Myerscough, which you spell Myerscough, you'll see a video of Hidda doing a dressage test there with me from many, many years ago. And he actually won that day. As I say, it was the first time I'd done an affiliated dressage test, and I wasn't a very good rider then at all, but because he's naturally very talented, he was fabulous. And yes, he drove the carriage for years, both single and double, so he did quite a few weddings with Drommy, who was also one of my original Friesians. Pascaline, you can ask as many times as you like about me trotting, but I will trot when Annie's ready and when I think it's suitable for her, because, you know, it's important that it's right for her. As much as I want you to all enjoy this account today, I'm afraid Annie's needs have to come first. Hello, Nancy. German Shepherd on pause. The horse is so cute. Annie, did you hear that? You're cute. You were called, what was Molly calling you earlier? I can't remember the words she was using, but it was probably more polite than my fat shaming of you. You know, because Annie, if she was a human, would be a lady who lunches. You know, she does carry a few extra pounds, but that's okay. She deserves to. That's fine, Pascaline. Thank you for your apology, but yeah, I don't mean to be rude. It's just that Annie, as I say, is semi-retired. You know, she is a little bit arthritic. So let's just get round the village, and if we can do a little bit of a trot on the way home, we will do, but it won't be for long. But as I say, if you look out for when I'm out with Doubtson, we can do a little bit faster paces every now and again. Thank you. This is a perfect example. We're very lucky with drivers around here. They tend to be very considerate. Hi, Heidi. Sarah, I love horses. It's my favourite thing, but I've always wanted one, but we just don't know where we'd put it and all that, but we really want one. Well, Sarah, maybe there's somewhere where you can go and spend some time with some horses locally. You know, some places are quite happy to have somebody coming up, and, you know, even if you can do a bit of poo picking, a bit of mucking out to help out. Thank you. German Shepherd, well, you can suggest your challenge. Can't promise to do it, but, you know, by all means suggest it. Hi, David. Sarah, you do, but you just feed and pet them. Well, you know, this is the thing about horses. You know, there's so many people still out there, and a lot of them are already in the equestrian world, who think horses are just there to be ridden. But the best thing with a horse is just being able to be in their space, share their energy. Oh, hi Molly, we've got Molly on here. Me and Frey have a present. I've been told to wait patiently until you get back to open it. Oh, that sounds exciting. You've already had a present, haven't you? So Molly was very kindly sent some left-handed scissors by Mary Mayland and by Peg, two of our wonderful patrons who saw that she was a lefty and she was struggling with all our right-handed scissors. We are very lucky. We have such lovely followers that if they're not sending gifts for the horses off our wish list on our website, they're sending us some very lovely, thoughtful gifts. Good afternoon, Inika. Good afternoon, Nemo. Is he being less of an unruly boy now? Hopefully he's having a little sleep. Hiya. Anyway, look, even the sun's trying to shine and the wind's dropped a little bit. So we're coming down to the village. So we'll have straight in front of us one of the places that Cartmel is famous for, the Cartmel Sticky Toffee Pudding Shop. He's really sweet but young. Remind me, Inika, how old is Nemo? Monica, I like that. Molly would be soon as handy as Edward's scissor hands. I like that. Oh yeah, the amount of scissors that she got, because she got 6 pairs of scissors. Dread to think what I'm going to see with Molly then now when I get back to the yard. She's going to have scissors strapped to her hands. So as I say, there's the Cartmel Sticky Toffee Pudding Shop. But we're not going to go straight through the village today. We're going to take the shorter route down past the Cavendish. So under the beautiful archway. Tim, silly question. That's all I've read, but there's no such thing as a silly question. But the village looks so quiet. So quaint. I'll ask, is there a good restaurant pub there? There's lots of them. You know, to be honest, because we've got Simon Rogan down here with his 2 Michelin star restaurants, you know, everybody is very aware of how important it is to serve really good food. So we've got lots of lovely places to eat down here. The Cavendish, good food, got the Pig and Whistle, the Royal Oak, the King's Arms. As I say, there's one of the Michelin star restaurants up here. This is Long Clume. It's not the sort of place that you just go for your average evening out, but certainly for a special occasion, and if you love a taste experience. You know, I was never a foodie, but I have to say this place, it's in there, is out of this world. And he has another one, a bistro. So I think Long Clume, it's something like £250 a head for their tasting menu, which I know it's an awful lot of money, but there is an awful lot that goes into it. But he's got his bistro as well, and then he's got various other restaurants around the world. But yeah, if you're just looking for a good pub meal, then any of the pubs are very good. And then we also have the tea rooms and the coffee shops. Right, let me move on to another one. German Shepherd on Poas. What is your favourite horse? What breed? What is he, she like? Dressage or SMT? Where is hers favourite place, and have a good ride? Well, thank you very much for the have a good ride. Hiya. Don't know whether I can answer all of these. Favourite, I love them all. You know, they've all got their individual characteristics. Everyone does joke that Annie is a bit of a mummy's girl. My favourite, not favourite, of course. But, you know, Annie has taught me more than any horse has in my life. So there's many reasons why I've got an awful lot of respect for her. And we have very good relationship. Annie did do some dressage, not her favourite thing, going around in circles. Sorry, let me just show you the beautiful priory. But she had to do a dressage test for her grading because she is a KFPS, which is the main Friesian stud book. She's been graded as a model mare, which is the highest grading a Friesian can get. And one of the requirements was that she could do a dressage or driving test and score above 77 points, and she did. Anyway, let me move on. I've not had left-handed scissors for about 20 years. Wow. So, okay, so you did manage with right-handed scissors. Okay. So, have you even tried these ones yet? I don't know. I haven't asked you that. I'm sure you have. I'll probably come back and there'll be all sorts of things cut up. German Shepherd, do you have a black horse too? Not a Friesian, or is it a Friesian? Kim P, that's the house I really like with the green colour. Oh yeah, I know, the one back there. It's beautiful. It took quite a long time for them to renovate, but it's stunning. There are some beautiful properties around here. It is a fantastic tourist area. Sarah, we've got 15 Friesians and 2 little ponies and 2 pet sheep. Hi Jamie, good to see you on here. Hope you're fully recovered. Did send you a little email earlier, and I think Frey's going to be getting in touch about the wish list items. Oops, sorry, I think I'm missing comments here. Or is it everyone chatting to each other, which is always lovely. Hi Ken, living the good life, God bless you. Yep, I'm very lucky. I get to do something that I love, and I get to share it with lovely people as well. Hello Javad. The blue sky is beautiful. It's a perfect autumn day. Do you know, sometimes I do videos throughout the day, and it's not when I'm going back and editing them that I think that sky just looks stunning, because sometimes I'm too busy focusing on what I'm saying and what I'm filming. I don't actually register what's on the screen. Oh, Annie, is that exciting? Sarah, do you have helpers? Because I can't manage with all that. Yes, we've got a lovely, lovely small team of people. We're like a little family, really. So at the moment today, we've got Frey and Molly in. They're both full-time. So Frey has basically grown up around the horses since she was 18 months old. And she knows everything that goes on. So she does a bit of everything. A bit of website around admin, social media. She does great videos. She works with, out on the yard. As I say, she knows everything that goes on. She also helps Tamara with some of the house admin and the general farm admin. Hi Lance. And then Molly joined us a few weeks ago. And she's doing a lot day-to-day running of the yard, looking after the horses, looking after all their different ailments and skin issues, because there's quite a few of them. And then obviously we've had Jodie, who has been full-time with us. Well, not full-time, sort of as and when she can do, for I think, is it 12 years now, but she's expecting the arrival of her first baby any day now, so she's obviously not on the yard. Did pop in to see us, lovely. And then we've got Lisa, who is with us at the moment 4 days a week. And obviously living on the farm is Tamara, myself and my son Bailey. And then we have our lovely volunteers who come along. Hi Judy. Oh, is it raining with you? But that's good if that's broken the drought. Ruth, thank you for reminding everybody to hit hit the like button. Oh, we've got something noisy. Oh, it's a motorbike, but they're being very thoughtful. Or not, as the case may be. Oh, oh, Annie, did that wake you up? Oh, it's very exciting. Kimpy, you're absolutely right. Freya is the love of Uber's life. Other than, you know, the four-legged ladies, because, you know, he rather likes them, as we know. Yes, I believe to click on the page, you just double tap the screen. So thank you for everyone who does that. I'm not quite sure what that does with the algorithms. It maybe helps YouTube to share the video to more people. Sarah, I'm going to parrot. You've lost me on that one. Yeah, let's show you a little bit of the view over here. That's over to Hampsfell. And over the top of that hill is, oh, I got a dirty look from that driver, but then he probably doesn't realise what I'm doing. Why would he? He probably just thinks I'm on the phone chatting to somebody. He was an older gentleman. But hopefully he doesn't think that I was being disrespectful. Oh, they maybe saw that I was live streaming, which it says on my high-vis, because they were all keen to wave out the window. Oh, okay, Sarah, you're getting a parrot. You're getting a parrot. Well, that's something different, isn't it? You know, I was driving down the motorway the other day and looked across at the car next to me, and it was quite heavy traffic at the time, and this car was sort of alongside me and they had a cockatiel in a cage on the front seat. Is it a cockatiel or a cockatoo? It was the bigger white bird. It had a little thing round its neck, so it looked like it maybe had an injury. And it was having something round its neck to stop it pecking up whatever the injury was. Tim, will we see any good progress in the girls' turnout from this morning? Well, you can tell me when we get there. But yeah, certainly, given that the guys weren't there, John and Chris hadn't arrived when we did the morning live stream, I think you'll see a difference. I have warned them. I did do a little bit of video of them earlier. I took them a drink down and a little snack. And John very kindly let me film him and ask a couple of questions. Oh, it is a cockatoo. I thought it was. I think the cockatiels are small, aren't they? Thank you. Thank you. Sharon, you looked at our weather forecast. The long range is looking good. Yeah, it is at the moment. So I was slightly worried that it was still going to be quite misty in the valley, because that sometimes happens. We get told it's a good forecast, but because we sit in a valley, sometimes the mist sits down on the lowland. Are you off, Sarah? Well, thank you for joining us this far. Hope you've enjoyed this little trip out with Annie. Oh, I hope you're all enjoying it. Excuse me. I know I am. Eleanor, there's 29 likes, so maybe we should have a target. Let's get up to 50 likes, yeah? Excuse me. And welcome to anybody who's decided that they'd like to subscribe to our channel as well. If you want to see more of what we do, and you know, some of the videos are quite random. It's just day-to-day life here. But you're very welcome to join us. Anybody who loves animals. It doesn't have to necessarily just be people who love horses. If you have a respect for animals and believe that they're all individuals with senses and feelings, then you're welcome to join us. Daria, we will have a little bit of a trot in a minute. Just let's get round the corner and past this farm. Daria, horses are your life. I love horses more than anything. Oh, they are very special animals. They certainly help keep me sane. They're very soothing, very calming, and very understanding and kind. If ever you meet an animal that's not kind, there's generally a reason behind it. And I think there's probably a reason. Sorry, my phone was ringing there, so we might have lost the connection. So let me know whether you're back. Because sometimes it cuts off the connection. We're still on. Wonderful. I never quite know what happens if my phone does ring. We just went mute for a minute. Okay, see, yeah, you see, I wonder whether you hear the ringtone or not. You're still here, wonderful, thank you. Right, Annie. To say, I don't tend to trot Annie that much on the roads because she does have a little bit of arthritis. Let me just see, I've got another comment on here, being held for review. Never quite know why that happens. Lance, it was your comment, but it says kills the audio, and it was probably because YouTube didn't like the word kills, I would imagine. Hello Tess, I can say hi. Oh look, I'm going to give you a little zoom in from here before we have a trot. Let me just drop the reins. Look, I can just give Annie the reins. She'll probably go for a snack now. Look, and I can show you across. No, Annie, look, we need to keep going because I'm trying to zoom in on the building. Can you see that? I don't know whether you can see that. I don't know whether I'm keeping the phone still enough. Maybe we'll just wait till we get there. Inika, I saw you even got the Friesian fan instead the normal van in the name from Nika. So special. Oh, definitely. Yep. It used to be, I had it registered with the KFPS as our stable name, Fan de Groenebank. And I did double check that it was fan rather than van. Jamie, oh bless you. Remind me anyone, why did I decide to leave the farm last week and return home? Oh, yeah, why did you decide to leave us? So rude, honestly. Most people never want to leave when they come here. You must have had a brain lapse, Jamie. Oh, poor Jamie. Right, Annie, should we give everyone a little trot? Come on, we'll just do a little gentle one. Oh, do you want me to do sitting trot? There you go. You're happier if I do sitting trot, aren't you? Just a nice little gentle one. Absolutely, Kim. I hope that Jamie's back soon. May, wasn't it, Jamie? Have you booked your flight yet? And Kim, obviously, we hope we see you soon as well. Annie has got the most rhythmical trot. You know, she's not 100% even these days, but she is one of the most comfortable. Especially at sitting trot. Oh, Annie, Annie. We'll have a little walk though. There you go. So I hope those of you who are hoping for a trot enjoyed that. Just a little gentle one. Sharon, do you think Nero or any other horses will need a babysitter when the fireworks go off in November? Well, Nero will be up at the yard because we know that he galloped around an awful lot last time. All of the others have experienced more fireworks, and as much as I would love to think that we could have everybody in, all the girls in their new turnout, yeah, it's not going to be ready by then. So I'm just hoping that the village are a little more sensible this time and don't have quite so many. Well, it wasn't the village, to be fair. There were lots of private displays going on, I believe, as well. Eleanor, it was a lovely trot. Annie, you're so special. You really are. Ruth, Jamie, I just thought your brain rusted with all the rain. To be fair, Jamie only really got rain on day one. So the weather was very kind, and it showed Jamie and Lindsay what it's like at the farm at its worst with all the rain, and then how extra special it is when the rain stops. Hello Jane, you've been out riding. I hope you had a nice time. Good afternoon, Paul. 12 months since last November has whizzed by. I know, where does the time go? Good afternoon, Cataldino. Thank you for joining us. Just going past some of our haylage bales. So all the green ones there are this year's crop off this 9-acre field. So thanks again to everybody who contributed towards getting that made for all the boys and girls. The black bales are last year's crop that we're still working through. And there's some of Peter and Philip's sheep that are looking longingly at my bales. You've got grass in there, girls. Go and eat the grass. And I'm going to pan round to the left so that you can see the building. Look at that. Oh, even since I came down and spoke to them earlier, they've got 2 more roof trusses on. So we'll go in and take a closer look. Hello S in Australia. Oh Kim, you had high tea in Helmsley years ago. Helmsley is lovely. I've only visited it once, but it was very nice. There's lots of drilling noises going on in there. There's our orchard, our memorial orchard for those that we've lost. And let's go and have a look at this building. Oh, it's glistening, and Annie won't have seen this yet. Look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, that looks amazing with the sun shining down. So, I don't know whether you can hear that, but they're drilling in the bolts on the roof trusses. I won't take it, we can probably take you a little bit closer. So all the stanchions, which are all the legs round the edge, they all went in yesterday. And then we've got John and Chris down here, and they've been putting all those roof trusses in place today. It is huge, isn't it? But as John said to me earlier, he said once it's up and we start filling it, all of a sudden we'll think that we haven't got enough room. I know, Lindsay, isn't it fabulous? And you know, a massive thank you to everybody who's contributed towards this campaign. You know, this is another life-changing step at the sanctuary, and this is going to make such a huge difference. Ummed and ahed about whether we building here, whether it should go somewhere else, and it's only thanks to all of you who've contributed to this campaign. Sorts of different you can go to the GoFundMe campaign, and anyone who makes a contribution, your name will be listed inside the building on a big plaque. But we also have these concrete panels that are up for sponsorship. If you wanted to have your own individual name, or you wanted to nominate somebody and have a message on there that's going to stand on the side of this building for many, many, many years. You know, that is a more expensive option for those who are in a position to do it. And we have been so lucky to have such generous people helping us out. Oh, Lance, is the signal intermittent? I don't know whether, do you want to let me know whether you can still hear me now? I do sometimes lose it as I come in here. So I'll just wait a minute. I won't do it. What won't I do, Tim? Oh, it's okay now. Maybe I'll stay back here. And what is it that I won't do? Hold on, I'm going to have to scroll back now. Oh, Tim, can I go talk to the workers and tell them there's been a mistake and it's on the wrong side? Funnily enough, there was an issue with the doorway where the cherry picker is on the right. One of the drawings that Warings had sent through showed the doorway over there, and poor John has had to move stanchions around, even though I'd corrected it with them, and he was aware that the door sat on the other side. They'd made it to the original plan that they'd done, but thankfully, because John was able to work out how to turn it round, they were able to move the stanchions and correct it. So yes, I'm not going to go over and talk to them now because obviously they're very busy with the cherry picker and putting things in place, and I have got a little bit of a chat with them that I'll share on the next vlog, and obviously I'll get some more at some point, and you know, maybe we can include them in next week's live, because what's going to be happening is funnily enough, Lindsay, actually that's what I was going to talk about, how long the build will take, because they did say, well, it will be up in 4 days. Well, that's actually strictly speaking not true, because what's going to happen is next Monday, Tuesday, so they're going to carry on getting all the roof structure in place over the next couple of days, and then on Monday and Tuesday. Oh, Annie, do you want to trot again? Okay, we'll have a little trot. They're going to be putting netting up and rails so that they can then get the roofing sheets on. So that happens Monday, Tuesday. The roofing sheets will be done throughout the rest of the week. They'll be getting concrete panels in between, so they'll slide it in between those stanchions. And then the following week, weather permitting, and as long as it's not too windy, all the cladding sheets, the plastisol cladding sheets, will be fitted to the side of the building. I'm not quite sure when the door on the end goes on, so I think we are looking at around about 3 weeks. And then obviously there's all the sorting out of the groundwork that needs to be done, the drainage and all the fencing. And I have decided, rightly or wrongly, to change the fencing. And some of you may say this is a little extravagant, but I think for longevity, it's a far better thing to do, is to actually go for wooden fencing rather than the fencing that we have in the boys' turnout, that plastic electric railing, which I'm actually not that keen on. You know, it works fine, but some of the fittings have popped off, and I just think the wooden fencing in the Hoytzer and Jubba's garden is so beautiful that's what we should really have down there, and that can still be electrified if we need it to be. Annie's thinking that she wants to go to the hay bar. I know you've gone, how long have you gone? You've gone 50 minutes without eating, Annie. You're going to be wasting away. Kim, well, I'm hoping that at least by middle of November that we can get them in, because, you know, them trudging around in that field that they're in at the moment isn't nice, and it's only going to get worse and worse. General Wiper, well, welcome to the channel. What country is this? We're in England. Oh, did you need a breather there, Annie? Oh, was that hard work coming up that hill? What have you got on your chin? You've got something disgusting on your chin. Anyway, let's give you a look over that beautiful view from the farm. And look at that building down there. You know, some people would say that it's a scar on the landscape, but it's all going to be in green. And in time it will blend in. And if we need to put more trees around it, then we will do. It's very peaceful here today. Oh, sorry, did I forget to answer that completely? Yes, Cumbria, the Lake District. It's not Africa, no. So here we are up by the Hoytzer and Jubba's house that you all helped us to complete last year. And look, you know, a wooden gate, you can't beat a wooden gate. And wooden fencing, it does look beautiful. And you can see that, you can just see over there, we have one strand of electric on the top of that, you know, sits nice and discreet. So if we need to do that for the girls, we can do. Are we going to see, is Hoytzy going to come out and say hello? There's the Hoytzer. Jubbers will be in there somewhere as well. Are you going to come and squeal at Annie? Let's see how much squealing there is today. Oh, lots of squealing. Oh, Annie, you're never very keen on the boys, are you, Annie? Hey. Hoytzer, we love wooden gates and we don't like destroying them. Yeah, because that's rude and very disrespectful, isn't it? I think Annie doesn't want to give you kisses. Lindsay, honestly, if you saw that bit of video, which will appear in a YouTube vlog, but I put it on our behind the scenes group, Hoytzer trotting along Hoytzer's highway, which is the track that runs from his house up through this top field, he looked so sound. And it is just because he's on a much better surface these days. These pavers really cushion his feet because he has very bad arthritis and he's clearly a lot more comfortable. And Jubbers is quite itchy, but he's got very thick woolly Shetland coat at the moment, so he's having a good old itch over there. Hoytzer, be nice. Be nice. Sorry, I've zoomed in. Let me zoom back out. There you go. Pulling faces, Annie. Only because she didn't want to give you kisses. And how old is Hoytzer, Tess? He's 23. It was, wasn't it, Nancy? The Hoytzer trotting on the track. Don't know where Michael is. I was helping Michael put a beam in earlier. He's probably in there somewhere. I won't take you over there. We'll head back up to the yard. We'll go up and see Iceman and Nero, because on this morning's live I didn't get to show you them because I think it cut off as I came up onto the yard. Annie, thank you very much, darling. That was a lovely hack out. I'm going to hop off you. No, I think we've lost you.